Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying your Saturday morning. Just chillaxing, hanging out with my son, watching his Saturday morning cartoons. And I wanted to weigh in on this Emergencies Act Commissioner. Now, I made a video yesterday reporting on the results of the report, which I wasn't surprised. A lot of people weren't surprised. And to me, it was only the naive people who really had their hope in it. If you just weren't really paying attention to this guy, Paul Rouleau, I think that's how you say his last name. From the very beginning and throughout the whole process, people like me were bringing that up, saying, is there a relation between him and Trudeau? He has the last name Rouleau, and Trudeau's aunt, so his father's sister, Suzette Rouleau. So right now, that's been going around, and this is what I want to weigh in on, because if you Google it, if you look up Wikipedia, actually if you go over to Reddit, there's a lot of people asking questions. And one of the questions I saw is someone asked, has anybody noticed that a lot of these Wikipedia or information pages on these players are suddenly being edited and changed, and there's information being skewed around? Is that because they know everybody's looking into this right now, or they saw this coming? I'm not entirely sure, but I've heard the arguments for both, that there is evidence that he is related, and that there's not, that there's evidence that shows otherwise. And then I tend to take the position that I'm not sure. I look at Paul Rouleau as we know that in his past he's been known to be a leftist activist, and he was essentially in the pocket of John Turner in the past. We know that. So for me, I just see this as this was liberals helping liberals. This was the investigators investigating themselves. Just another case of that. There was no effort toward trying to make this a fair process. So, and to me, the upside to this is this guy wasn't a judge. No one's going to jail over this. And while I'm on that, I thought it was interesting that the fact that Justin Trudeau lied under oath was not brought up. I mean, that's documented, and I'm referring to the part of the commission where he was asked, did you call the protesters' name, or did you call unvaccinated people names? And he said, no, I did not. But we all have seen that French television show where he literally says, he tries to, and he did this in the commission, he tries to separate people who were hesitant to get the vaccine and people who are just on the extreme and won't ever get it, and they're often misogynist, racist, and we need to, and he said they take up space. That's what he said. They take up space, and do we tolerate these people? So I got into it. I actually enjoyed myself. I was being a little rude, but it was a Friday night and I was a little cranky. But this guy was trying to justify Justin's reason. He was saying, no, he was actually referring to these out-of-control protesters that were throwing rocks and stuff and making fun of Trudeau's wife. No, that's not the context of this French television show. He was deliberately trying to separate these categories of unvaccinated people by saying they were either hesitant, which he said we're going to continue to try to convince them, or the ones who said heck no, which was the truckers. The truckers were saying heck no to the mandates. So that's who he was calling names, and that was the question he was asked. Did you call them names? And he said no. So that's a lie under oath, and I'm surprised that wasn't included in the report. I haven't read the report, but I'm surprised that didn't bear as much weight as it should have. A sitting prime minister lying under oath. That's not right. We have perjury laws in this country, right? And another thing was, and this was brought up by small fringe minority. The guy who wrote, Derek Smith, he wrote the book Unacceptable Views, or no, sorry, he wrote the book How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom. And he brought up how Benjamin Dichter lied under oath as well. Said he wasn't a part of some meetings. You can check this out on, I think his channel's called Small Fringe Minority or Fringe Minority. But he shows the documentation, the signatures of people that were in attendance during a meeting that was brought up during the commission, and he was asked if he was a part of it, and he said no, he wasn't a part of it, but his signature is there, and there's a little note that says via phone. So there's a lie there. So I'm not sure why that wasn't brought up. Surely, if people on the opposite side of this, people that wanted the truckers to lose this, I'm curious why they didn't pick up on that. Because they seem to be desperate for any foothold to bring this whole thing down. So that raises into question for me people like Benjamin Dichter. I just want an answer to that. I'm not going to accuse the guy and condemn him, but I want an answer to that, and I want to know why it wasn't brought up. So anyways, that's my perspective on it. I kind of try to take a neutral approach until things can be more I guess until we get more conclusive answers of what the exact truth is. But I just know that I never had my hope in this commission, and I think there's still a fight to be had. We should be focused on, there's so many other things we need to be focused on. And I think, like Mark Friesen said last night, he said, if anything, this just exposes the government more of their evil tactics. So let's keep pushing on. Please join me Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about the step down of Brenda Lucki, the RCMP head. As well, we're going to be talking about Asbury, Kentucky. There's been a revival going on. Now, being a Christian and noticing how this has caught national attention and well, I should say international attention, because everybody seems to be talking about it. We're going to dive into that. I think it's pretty cool. When a movement like that happens, I like to give it attention. So join me Monday. I'll see you guys then. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe. God bless.